All right, ready, Dad? I got you. Go. I'll hold this big log up for you. Hurry, hurry, hurry! No! We got it. All right. I'll send you over a rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the best part. Here's a good sized nest. It looks like a hornet's nest or something. And there are hornets in there if you see them coming and leaving. I don't want to get too close. It's pretty good size. Looks like a coconut. Alright, so if you're from America, whip out a $1 bill and look at the back of it. If you see that eye with like the pyramid up there, it's hard to see, it's not very focused, but and then look at this. There's an eye with like the pyramid top of it. So now we're walking through the woods. We're like on top of the canyon or the valley. So this is pretty cool. I like these kind of hikes because they have a little bit of everything. You can walk through like the valley where it's nice and cool. And even today is kind of a cool day. It's not going to get very hot, which is nice. I'd rather not walk, you know, hiking when it's really sunny and hot. Well, now we're walking to like the top with lots of trees, very open. And then we're following path number 10 right now. We just left number 3. And then now we're going this. Oh, you want your $1 back? I had to borrow $1. You sure you want that back? And now we're going this way. And I think we're gonna eventually get back into more valleys, but it's kind of cool how it's all different. And now we're walking through this. All right, so we've been walking through the woods. This is like the 4th time we've seen this. If you see this on the ground, it's like a little black spot, and you look up, look at all these little white bugs, and they get thick. Does anybody know what that is? It's probably not good for the tree.
Oh, it's definitely going to kill this tree, yeah.
Oh, man. Man.
Oh, man.
It's like Christmas in here. All right, look, so they fell on the ground.
Did you get any on you, did you?
I hope not.
That leaf didn't hold up.
Such a weird little bug. I've never seen that before. So if anybody knows what that is, it's weird because it has, every time we've seen it, it has that little black mark on the bottom. And then when you look up, it just looks like that. That's bizarre. Look, here's another one right across. It's right there. You look up, there's the white bugs.
The beech trees is what they're attacking.
Here's a closer look at them. This one's closer to the ground. Yeah, with those stairs, my dad almost didn't come down. And this is actually trail number 3 that goes into the other one. We didn't see the sign until later. All right, so these trees might not be as big as the redwoods in California, but they're still pretty big for this area. That's pretty massive. We're gonna try to wrap our arms around. See, 3 people can touch.
You make it?
We did do it.
Did you?
Yeah, but barely.
Barely. Wow. Man.
You guys leave your hands there. So three people can do it, but here's 2 people. That's where your hands end. That's a pretty big tree. Wow. So we've been keeping our eye open for the type of mushrooms that we know that we can eat, and we finally found them. The trail's right there, and we saw this, and this is the type that we can eat. It's a little older. These are the older ones. This is some newer ones, but this is pretty much what you're looking for around that. So when they're new like that, they look like this, and when they grow, they start to open up. And you can still eat these, but I like them when they're like this. There's some little ones over here, just starting to come out. Those are really tasty. So they always seem to grow on stumps or dead trees like this. This is another big one, but it is dead, and this is like a perfect environment for these little mushrooms. There's some good ones over here. Oh wow, yeah, those are perfect.
You ain't got a baggie with you, do you?
No, but I can stick them in my backpack. All right, so if you ever walk through this area, I think it's trail number 9. We left a few for you there, some smaller ones that should be good probably by tomorrow. So they're gonna go quick. So if you see this now, come check it out.
It's worth the drive.
Yeah, it is. But now that we know they're out here, we're gonna keep our eye open even more. But that's the first time we saw those. You can kind of see them as you walk by.
Yeah. Is it hard or soft?
Here's some pancake mushrooms. They're soft. That's weird. All right, so this is where we began our hike today. And I was gonna show you this cool app kept track of our hike. 6 hours and 2 minutes, 9.5 miles. Whew, a lot of stopping and going, but that's a long day of hiking. Good day, lots of cool stuff. All right guys, so we just got back to the campsite. These are the mushrooms that we picked earlier. And all we did was just wash them off. And the bigger ones we cut in half. And the smaller ones we just put right on there. So we just washed it off a little bit, put in here, and we just have butter in there. And we're not advertising Coleman, but Dad, how long have you had this Coleman for? Since you're...
Almost 50 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
You took care of it. What's the secret?
Don't use it.
Yeah. But these are really easy to cook too. We just added some butter. And my favorite is just butter and pepper, a little bit of salt. But if all you have is butter, then it tastes good that way too. But really, this is all there is to it, to cooking these mushrooms. You might have a different way if you're watching this, but usually we have like on a low simmer. And sometimes we have a top we can put on and just let it sit there for, you know, it doesn't matter. 20 minutes sometimes, even longer. But there's lots of different ways to eat them. A lot of people like them different ways. They're actually pretty good crispy. So if you cook them for longer, maybe a little higher, you know, you can kind of experiment how you want them. But this is definitely my favorite. This is a cool little snack because we weren't expecting to find this, because we even, by my house, these haven't started to come up yet. So here, this is a good surprise that these came up. Let that sit for a minute. We actually just had some hamburgers. Dad's cutting up some peppers. And then we're cooking up some chicken, and beans, and then potatoes. So when I was in the Philippines, we actually made a video about finding mushrooms in the Philippines. We did a video with Nimwell, and we went out and picked them, and they actually looked pretty similar to this kind. And tasted a little similar too, so they're probably maybe like in the same family or something. But these are definitely my favorite. We're just gonna add a little bit of salt or pepper.
A touch of salt.
A little bit of salt. You really don't need a lot.
No.
You can just eat these plain, and they're really tasty. They're starting to smell really good. They really shrink though. When you cook these, when you get them, it looks like you have a lot sometimes, and then once you cook them, they're like all right, so they're finished. There's lots of different ways you can eat them, but look how much they shrunk. They really did. But that's how we like them. They're good when they're crispy.
Yes. Can I have some?
All right, so the mushrooms just got finished. Look at that.
And
I like them when they're crispy, so you can cook
Yeah.
them actually longer.
yeah.
When they're crispy like that, they're really good.
You like them more crispy?
Yeah. But it's nice when you have a mix of like little tiny ones, this little guy,
Yep.
and then these. You have to cut those in half. It's almost like potato chips if you get them nice and crispy. Yeah.
Man. Man.
That's
What is the
delicious.
best?
Nice and fresh too. Just found them today and cooked them up and ate them.
Fresher.
I just wish instead of shrinking when you cooked them, they grew. What if you cooked them and they like got bigger? They really do shrink though.
Of all the hiking we did today, this is all we could find was one stump with mushrooms.
And I was looking all over the place. We
Yeah,
saw
so
lots
did
of mushrooms that you couldn't eat, or we don't know. These are the only ones, these
That
and
we
the
know.
morels that we know. I don't want, you know, you shouldn't take a chance on the things you don't know. But for these, we looked all over. But
Man, these are good.
yeah.
That was worth the whole trip down here.
This is definitely really good.
Mm.
All right, but to recap, today we walked, I don't know the ones, it was like 3, 10, 9, it was a whole bunch of other ones. If you ever come to Turkey Run, it'd probably take you about 3 days if you want to take your time, because we hiked
Right.
6 hours, over 6 hours today.
And you only did half the trail.
Yeah. But so far, really good. I think it's even better day hiking, because yesterday we just got a half a day. Today we did a full day, and one more full day tomorrow. And then we'll be hiked out.
We'll be hiked out, ready to go.
Yeah. But yeah, I think we're just gonna sit here and eat. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video for today. All right, we're gonna enjoy our meal, and we'll see you guys later.
Thank you.